do the first one.
Oh, yes. I'll take it away from here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Top Dog Season 2, the finals at the end of the season. This is the finals. The winner here taking home our grand prize and being crowned champion and top dog of Season 2. This is Game 2 with MicroGamerz is up 1-0. And so in the very top, slightly left of Heavy Rain. Oh yes, we're not going to do the full thing, but let me tell you what. You cannot take the sky from me, ladies and gentlemen, since I found Team Gravity's Serenity.
And spawning in the lower right-hand corner for Team MicroGamerz, it is going to be in the red trunks, Noblesses.
So good. I'm really excited. So Game 2 here. Now, if you're a MicroGamerz team, you got to feel pretty good about picking up that last win. Especially when I believe, Chaos, the words that came out of your mouth might have been build order loss?
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, it's funny. It really depends. Those type of situations where it might be that case, it's like you just got to sit back and reflect on, okay, what exactly happened and what were the key mistakes that were made. And I think what it all boils down to it, the pooling of things in your main is not what to do when you're going cheese.
Yeah, I think you might have just waited a little bit too long. By the time he got there was banelings out. And, I mean, I think if he would have applied, he had a ling lead. And if you're constantly fighting, your opponent doesn't have time to make banelings. You know, if you're right in the base, you can't do it. I mean, because you're under too much pressure. But for right now, it looks like Noblesses is going to start off with just a nice Reaper Scout. Pretty good stuff. And Serenity checking for proxies around. Wants to be real sure nothing cheesy's going on.
Yeah, I'll be interesting. You know, we see a lot of Reaper expand, but I guess I really haven't done a whole lot of paying attention to the main follow-ups from this build. You know, obviously you're going to try and get down your CC as quickly as possible, but I'll be interested to see whether or not we see something a little bit more on the aggressive side.
Yeah, if you refer to the top right of your screen, proxy pylon.
But it's not exactly, I mean, it's like way out of the way.
I feel like that's a DT.
DTs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a Stargate.
It's like the only thing that you can do with that. It's like, I mean, it's a great position just because the likelihood of it getting scouted by your opponent's pretty slim to none, and it's not really in any threat of getting taken out. So, yeah, I think that's a very wise decision.
Yeah, and it looks like the Mothership Core, actually the Reaper's going to catch up to it. They're having a race back, and that's one that the Mothership Core's not going to win. Couple shots off, but, I mean, if you can really push back from here, so the Twilight Council's down, and we will, for sure, it's DTs. There's no way it's not.
Are we yeah, okay. I don't know. I saw, you know, Serenity is pushing out here, so he's going to play a little bit more on the aggressive side, and I'm not sure...
Ooh, that Reaper
I'm not sure what
around.
he's... Yeah, I know the Reaper got around. I was getting there.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm so worried, though. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get in there and scout the Twilight Council, which is nice. But, I mean, with the bunker already here, there's really not a whole lot that Serenity can actually get accomplished, I think.
I would agree with that. I think one of the main goals of this might just be, you know, I'm going to push out, trying to make sure you're focusing here and not on scouting. Ooh, that Mothership Core. Oh!
Time Warp had been forced.
Yeah, that would have been real bad.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. I think it's just, I'm going to make sure that you kind of stay here and don't scout me, please. And then maybe my DTs will be a little more effective.
Yeah. eBay's already down, so like he could obviously put down an easy turret, no problem. And actually, I think Noblesses is actually thinking about pushing out, which is kind of interesting. I think it's the correct choice, just baiting just as a function of the aggression. Then again, I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, I think if the DTs come in here, I think if this went beautifully, what would happen is he gets DTs into this natural and basically denies missile turrets from going down and forcing a scan. That would be kind of the ideal scenario. Now, whether or not that's going to happen, there's an SCV already out that looks like it might build a turret. It's in kind of the spot where you typically see turrets in this kind of matchup, but we'll see. Neither of the things that I expected to already happen have happened. No DTs or anything.
Yeah, so at this point, we just now have Warp Gate finishing up, so we should be seeing the DTs come out here shortly. Now, granted, I'm still not sure what this SCV is doing here, kind of in the middle of everything, but we do have the small hit squad going up, checking on a really random third, and then probably going to be pushing into the natural here shortly.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's even going to do much with the natural.
Oh, scan. Scan goes down. He does catch that one DT, and it looks like Brian.
He's on the
He's gonna
edge.
He's gonna force another scan, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Now he still has one around. If he can dart in and get that SCV, oh, he tried, but will be denied. I just don't think he can get there in time. 3 scans. Wow. That's kind of a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a huge win, but I think it's enough that it's at least worthwhile.
I would say so. Now, we'll see. Hopefully, you really hope you can leverage some DTs in some other ways. Like he's got this one scouting out front. Basically, they can be pseudo-observers in a way.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure that they don't swing and hit anything.
Yeah. Now, I do find the Blink follow-up to be a very, very good choice on this map, just because with as big as the... Ooh, very, very nice scan. As big as the main is, blinking up, blinking back, I think it's just an excellent follow-up. The only problem that he's going to be running into is he's got a giant bio ball coming his way.
Yeah, not a whole lot here. He's got to warp in a lot. I think he's saving up. Does he have any scan? Yes, he will have enough for a scan, so DTs aren't the answer. Maybe an Archon or 2 would be really helpful. And just 1 force field is all he has. And is the Mothership Core around? Oh, yes, and it has enough.
Yeah, so it's going to throw down that. Ooh, he's going to come in and snipe the sentry, which is a very, very nice win. And he's actually going to just march straight up into the main, which is going to be a very, very nice call, and is going to be able to take out a lot of these probes. This is a very, very nice move by Noblesses.
Yeah, even if this whole army dies and doesn't trade at all, which it won't, I mean, this is still good news for him. Great blinks, but, I mean, he really got a lot of good economic damage done here. Now up by 9 workers plus mules.
Yeah, I mean, I think this army paid for itself pretty handily. Granted, he's got a small hit squad back at home, and he's already getting his 3rd base up. So I'd say, yeah, he's in a really, really good position, considering medevacs are already on the way. So
yeah, concussive shells stim's already done. Concussive shells just finishing up. Combat shields, and he's already working on medevac production. So I mean, he is getting all the tools that you want to see, and now, as you would expect, adding on a couple more barracks, and he is feeling pretty good. I think he definitely has a lead. Now, if you are Serenity, what do you do to catch up from here?
At this point, I think he's very bold going ahead and heading towards Storm Tech. I think that's kind of his best option. You can't really go back, get the robotics facility, and get your Colossus production going, just because it just takes too long. You're not gonna have nearly the number of Colossus that you're gonna need to deal with a Marine Marauder medevac push. So I think this is the best option that he's got.
Yeah, I do like the placement. This isn't something likely to be picked off by drops unless he gets a really good drop. This Twilight Council, you can say it's maybe a little bit exposed, but this is right in the middle of everything, which is nice. Now, he does see this army coming, and this can be a little rough if he decides to dart into the main and kind of abuse that dropship advantage.
Yeah, so, Noblesses at this point is just trying to keep track of a 3rd, make sure that he doesn't get too terribly far behind, because he hasn't quite placed his 3rd base yet. Just going to be turning that into an orbital command, and then probably doing a little bit of drop play, I would think.
Yeah, we'll see here.
He's going to stim in. Oh, he's got to be careful of that storm. Actually, Storm isn't ready yet, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, if he could pick that off, that would have been really nice.
Yeah. I'm really surprised he isn't just going to drop. Because, I mean, the army's just sitting there. I mean, the only thing he's really got to worry about is a feedback.
Right, it is actually getting a little bit of a nuisance here. A feedback might be able to pick off a medevac, the larger one. But for now, I think he's fine. But now Storm is basically done. +2 is finishing up. +1 armor charge, all kinds of things. So Serenity Still not in a great position, but certainly better off than a little bit ago. But the third base is becoming an issue.
Yeah, I think that's his biggest problem right now. I mean, with as much production as Noblesses has, I think Serenity really needs to start either thinking about taking a third or, you know, kind of beefing up his army a little bit.
I'm wondering if he's just planning on getting a bunch of High Templar from here, maybe like an Observer or an Immortal out of that Robotics, and just going. Because I think he realizes it's 15 minutes in, I don't have a third base. I don't really have a plan for a third base, so this might be my only option. Now, he's got a lot of medevacs here, and I'm clicking through. I know at least 4 of them can die to feedbacks.
Yeah. Granted, at the same time, we do have Ghosts kind of already out on the field, which is going to be a really nice follow-up for Noblesses. That's going to be kind of the differentiating factor once we get, you know, once this kind of main attack army is dealt with, or he chooses to combine it with his reinforcements back at home.
Yes, I do want to say, oh, and you see that he overstimmed all of his units to cut down on the amount of energy on these medevacs.
Yeah, I just noticed that. It's a very nice little technique.
It's a great move, and he's kind of pulling these High Templar. The only thing that I'm worried is that I think he's got all the High Templar on one hotkey, and they tend to be really clustered. They have not been not clustered pretty much this whole time. So if a Ghost comes down, that means 1 or 2 EMPs, you know, on 6 High Templar. That's going to be rough. So I really want to see him maybe spread just a little bit more. We'll have to see how that works out.
Yeah, so we got a double drop coming in. It's probably going to go hit the back of the natural would be my guess. And the rest of this army, my guess, will probably get picked up and just run away. Come on, pick up.
Yep. I think he might be worried because of the High Templar just in case. It looks like he has enough and wants to probably take this fight at the top of the ramp.
Yeah, so, ooh, big stim coming in. But double drop going back into the back of the natural. Going to start to take out a few of these probes. We do have a cannon just now finished morphing in. It's scan going down. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, it does look like main armies are going to collide here shortly.
Yeah, the longer this goes, the better it is for Noblesses, because that expansion is now destroyed. There's no production. Oh, and EMPs whiff.
Ooh, very nice EMPs going down, and a lot of these Zealots are getting taken out very quickly. Will it be enough, though? No storms yet. I'm very surprised, but it does look like Serenity is not going to be able to hold on.
Yeah, he did a nice job keeping those back and away from the Ghosts, but they were also out of the game.